Welcome to Demolition Worker. Today we are tackling our biggest challenge yet, dismantling massive 30-meter airplane wings for pure aluminum recycling. These enormous aerospace structures have flown millions of miles. Now they rest in this dusty boneyard waiting for their final industrial transformation. Look at the sheer scale of these metal giants. Each wing contains thousands of pounds of high-grade aluminum ready for extraction. Our heavy-duty machinery is rolling into the demolition zone. We are preparing to slice through thick aviation metal with extreme precision. The first step requires careful structural analysis of the wing. We must identify the strongest support beams before making deep destructive cuts. Safety is always our absolute highest priority on this site. Workers secure the massive wings with heavy steel chains to prevent shifting. We deploy massive hydraulic excavators equipped with specialized gripping claws. They carefully stabilize the huge wing sections before the cutting process begins. Now we introduce our ultimate weapon for this tough job. The industrial diamond disc cutter is designed to slice solid metal quickly. The diamond-coated blades spin at incredibly high, terrifying speeds. They can easily slice through aerospace-grade aluminum like hot melted butter. Sparks fly wildly as the massive diamond blade makes contact. The deafening sound of grinding metal echoes across the entire demolition yard. Thick smoke billows from the intense friction of the cut. Our skilled operators maintain perfect control over the massive, spinning diamond blade. Water jets are continuously sprayed directly onto the cutting surface. This essential cooling process prevents the valuable aluminum from melting prematurely here. The first major slice separates the outer wing tip completely. A massive crane slowly lifts the severed section away from the body. We are systematically dividing the 30-meter wing into panels. These standard-sized aluminum sections will be much easier to transport safely. Look closely at the complex internal structure of the wing. It is a masterpiece of engineering that we are now carefully dismantling. The internal fuel tanks must be handled with extreme caution. We ensure all residual aviation fuel is completely drained and safely neutralized. Hydraulic shears crush the thinner outer edges of the wing. This rapid process helps us quickly reduce the overall volume of scrap. Our crew works tirelessly under the hot afternoon desert sun. Dismantling an airplane of this massive size requires incredible stamina and focus. The diamond disc cutter slices through the thickest titanium joints. Even the strongest aerospace alloys cannot resist the relentless power of diamonds. Massive chunks of shiny aluminum fall heavily to the ground. The earth literally shakes as these heavy metal panels hit the dirt. A fleet of heavy dump trucks lines up perfectly nearby. They are waiting to transport the processed aluminum panels to the facility. Front-end loaders scoop up the smaller pieces of debris. Every single scrap of valuable metal is carefully collected from the ground. We are making excellent progress on the right side wing. Over 15 meters of solid metal have already been sliced and removed. The precision of these diamond blades is absolutely, truly remarkable. They leave a perfectly clean edge on every single aluminum panel cut. We must carefully separate different types of metals right here. Copper wires and steel bolts are sorted away from the pure aluminum. The recycling facility requires extremely clean and uniform metal pieces. Our meticulous sorting process guarantees the highest possible value for the scrap. Another massive section of the wing is successfully cut loose. The crane operator gently lowers the heavy panel onto the waiting truck. The sheer volume of metal recovered here is quite staggering. This single airplane wing will provide enough aluminum to build thousands of cars. Our diamond blades are starting to show signs of wear. We must pause the operation briefly to install a fresh cutting disc. Changing the massive blade requires a team of 3 mechanics. They work quickly and efficiently to get the machine running again soon. With a brand new diamond blade, we resume the cutting. The fresh disc bites into the thick aluminum with renewed aggressive power. We are now approaching the thickest part of the wing. The wing root connects directly to the massive central fuselage of planes. This structural junction is heavily reinforced with solid titanium bolts. Our cutting machines must work at maximum capacity to break through this. Sparks shower down like a brilliant metallic fireworks display today. The intense heat generated by the cutting process is absolutely, truly incredible. We use specialized thermal cameras to monitor the blade temperature. Overheating could cause the expensive diamond disc to shatter into dangerous pieces. Slowly but surely, the massive wing root begins to yield. The relentless grinding of the diamond blade eventually conquers the tough metal. A loud cracking sound echoes as the final joint breaks. The massive 30-meter wing is finally completely detached from the airplane. Now the real work of slicing the panels truly begins. We must cut the remaining huge sections into perfectly uniform transportable squares. Our operators follow precise chalk lines drawn on the metal. This ensures every single panel meets the strict size requirements for recycling. The repetitive motion of the cutting machine is almost hypnotic. Back and forth, the blade slices through the thick aluminum skin effortlessly. Mountains of shiny aluminum dust accumulate beneath the cutting zone. Even this fine metallic powder will be swept up and fully recycled. The sun begins to set over the airplane demolition boneyard. The golden light reflects beautifully off the freshly cut aluminum metal panels. We activate powerful industrial floodlights to illuminate the entire workspace. The demolition operation continues deep into the cool and dark desert night. Nighttime cutting creates a spectacular visual display of bright sparks. The glowing orange metal contrasts sharply against the pitch-black evening sky. The cold night air actually helps cool the cutting blades. Our machines run much more efficiently without the blazing hot desert sun. Section by section, the massive wing disappears into the trucks. What was once a proud flying machine is now just raw material. The logistics of moving these heavy panels is quite complex. Each truck must be carefully loaded to balance the massive weight distribution. We secure the stacked aluminum panels with heavy-duty straps. Safety on the highway is just as important as safety on site. The first convoy of fully loaded trucks leaves the boneyard. They are heading directly to the massive industrial aluminum recycling furnace facility. We follow the trucks as they journey through the night. The precious cargo of aerospace aluminum is ready for its fiery rebirth. Morning arrives as the trucks pull into the recycling plant. This massive facility processes thousands of tons of scrap metal every day. Giant magnetic cranes unload the heavy aluminum panels with ease. The metal is stacked into towering piles waiting for the melting furnace. Before melting, the panels undergo one final strict quality inspection. Any remaining non-aluminum materials are manually removed by the diligent workers. A massive conveyor belt carries the aluminum into the shredder. The large panels are chewed up into small uniform pieces of metal. The deafening roar of the industrial shredder is truly terrifying. It easily crushes the thick aerospace aluminum into tiny, manageable, shiny fragments. These small aluminum chunks are now ready for the furnace. The melting process requires extremely high temperatures to turn metal into liquid. We look inside the belly of the massive recycling furnace. The intense glowing heat is reminiscent of a violently active volcanic crater. Temperatures inside the furnace reach over 1,200 degrees Fahrenheit. At this extreme heat, the solid aluminum chunks quickly begin to melt. The shredded airplane wings are fed continuously into the fire. The solid metal rapidly transforms into a glowing pool of liquid aluminum. Impurities float to the surface of the molten metal pool. These impurities, known as dross, are carefully skimmed off by robotic arms. The purification process ensures the recycled aluminum is perfectly clean. This high-quality metal can be used to build brand new airplanes. A river of glowing liquid aluminum flows from the furnace. The bright orange molten metal is a truly mesmerizing and beautiful sight. The liquid metal is poured into massive rectangular casting molds. These huge molds will shape the aluminum into solid blocks called ingots. Water cooling systems rapidly reduce the temperature of the molds. The liquid metal slowly solidifies back into a hard and heavy state. Steam billows continuously from the cooling casting molds all around. The intense thermal reaction creates a thick white fog in the factory. Once completely cooled, the massive aluminum ingots are carefully extracted. Each solid block weighs several tons and shines with a bright silver. These giant ingots represent the successful completion of our mission. The old airplane wings have been completely reborn as pure raw material. Forklifts transport the heavy ingots to the mains storage warehouse. They are stacked neatly in massive rows, ready for global worldwide shipping. The transformation from a flying wing to a solid block. It is a perfect example of industrial recycling and sustainable engineering practices. Recycling aluminum saves 95% of the required energy. It is far more efficient than mining new bauxite ore from Earth. The environmental impact of this recycling process is incredibly positive. We are saving massive amounts of energy and reducing harmful global emissions. Let us return to the boneyard for the second wing. The massive airplane still has another 30-meter structure waiting for demolition. Our crew is fully rested and ready for another day. We apply the exact same precision and power to the left wing. The diamond disc cutters are fired up once again today. The familiar sound of high-speed metal grinding fills the desert air. We have perfected our cutting technique on the first wing. The dismantling of the second wing proceeds much faster and more smoothly. Massive panels of aluminum are sliced away with incredible speed. The experienced crane operators catch every single piece with absolute perfect timing. The teamwork displayed by our demolition crew is truly outstanding. Every person knows their exact role in this highly dangerous industrial ballet. We encounter a highly reinforced section near the landing gear. This thick titanium alloy requires a specialized plasma cutter to break through. The plasma cutter shoots a stream of superheated ionized gas. It slices through the tough titanium as if it were soft butter. Brilliant blue sparks shower the ground from the plasma torch. The cutting power of this advanced tool is absolutely terrifying and beautiful. With the landing gear removed, the wing is fully exposed. We resume cutting the remaining aluminum skin into standard size transport panels. The final massive section of the left wing is severed. The airplane fuselage now stands completely naked without its giant, majestic wings. We have successfully processed over 60 meters of airplane wings. The total amount of recovered aluminum exceeds all of our initial expectations. The ground is littered with small scraps of shiny metal. Our giant industrial magnets sweep the area to collect every last piece. The demolition site is left completely clean and totally safe. We take great pride in our meticulous and thorough site cleanup procedures. The second batch of aluminum panels arrives at the furnace. The fiery cycle of melting and casting begins all over again today. More glowing liquid metal pours into the massive cooling molds. The endless river of recycled aluminum flows steadily through the industrial factory. Hundreds of shiny new aluminum ingots sit in the warehouse. They are the physical proof of our hard work and relentless dedication. These ingots will soon be shipped to manufacturing plants globally. They will be transformed into cars, electronics, and perhaps even new airplanes. The circle of industrial life is truly a fascinating process. What was once old and discarded becomes completely new and valuable again. Our diamond disc cutters have survived the ultimate endurance test. They sliced through solid aerospace metal without ever failing or breaking down. The massive excavators and cranes are finally powered down today. The noisy demolition boneyard slowly returns to a state of quiet peace. We review the incredible footage of the massive wing demolition. Seeing the giant structure dismantled piece by piece is deeply satisfying. This enormous project pushed our heavy equipment to the limit. Our dedicated team successfully conquered the giant 30-meter solid aluminum wings. We hope you enjoyed witnessing this massive industrial recycling operation today. The sheer scale of airplane demolition is something rarely seen anywhere. Stay tuned for our next extreme heavy-duty demolition project soon. We will be tackling an even bigger and more challenging structure. Thank you for watching this incredible journey on Demolition Worker today. Please subscribe for more massive industrial teardowns and extreme recycling videos.